So when are we meeting your Nosferatu friend?
He's already here.
Oh, of course he is. Right.
I'd like for you to meet Baron. Not the Baron. We call him Baron. She motions to a Nos that's standing pretty close to where you are. Baron here can perfectly replicate, to a pretty good degree, the professor up there. And we're back. So Baron continues leading you all through the network of tunnels and tubes that constitutes the sewer system. That's not too far from underneath your coffee shop. It doesn't obviously lead up right into your coffee shop, but the manhole was just in the back of the alley behind y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You've been walking for about 15, 20 minutes now. The walk from Ballard to the U District isn't too far, but it's still a little bit of a trek. Thankfully, you're avoiding a lot of the ups and downs that are trying to get across the freeway and stuff like that you normally have to deal with when walking on the surface. Are any of you trying to keep track of where you're going?
I don't think Dogfood would think of that.
Okay.
And she's not smart enough to pull it off anyway, probably.
Did Ulrika notice when Baron looked at the weird paint?
Yeah. I'm sure she would have.
I think Ulrika would have maybe just kept an eye out for the similar or other markings like that along the way.
Okay, yeah. You can attempt to make sense of the cipher that they're using. Go ahead and give me let's do wits and let me think here. Awareness roll? Yeah.
Oh, I got no awareness.
Same.
I got one success.
Okay. You can pick out which symbols are the ones that make up the cipher, but you can't understand what direction they're pointing you in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're able to train your eye to pick up which ones he kind of stops at and deciphers. And which ones are like normal construction markings and normal graffiti, and which ones are the ones he's using to navigate. But you can't quite make out what they mean. It's like being able to recognize the letters of a language, even if you can't read it.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
You continue.
I'm just looking at the wall, so I can't see anything.
Yeah, it's not nice down here. You don't like it.
I'm trying to politely sort of steer Elizabeth around poops.
Oh, that's appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's not that much poop down here. There is a main thoroughfare that has like gray water in it. But on the walkway you're on, there's mostly just garbage and refuse, broken down pallets, rags, abandoned barrels of God knows what, things like that have kind of come through here. He kind of like turns a corner and there's a large metal grate that's kind of been pulled up over it. And he like looks kind of surprised or taken aback. He moves forward, inspects like this large metal sort of gate that's been constructed, and kind of like pulls off a fluorescent orange paper and walks back towards the group of you, holding it in his hand. It looks like they've blocked this area off for construction. He like flips it at you.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Is this how big of an impediment is this going to cause?
What time does your meeting start?
How long do we have until the meeting starts? It's pretty early, right?
Yeah, it's pretty early in the evening. If I remember correctly, it was like 6:30.
Yeah, we really need to hustle. We don't have a lot of time. Is this something that could be destroyed by a clawed beast? Because if so, I can help you out.
we could try that. But if it's under construction, we don't know how stable it is on the other side. It could be open to the surface. There could be people working on it.
How far away are we? Again?
We're about 12 city blocks.
Could we take the rest of the journey overground?
He kind of like looks made uncomfortable by the idea. I don't really like crowds.
How about we scope out above, see if there's any construction people. Is that what you're worried about? Like if there's a lot of people outside where we are going to come out?
Yeah, I kind of get anxiety around large groups
same.
of people.
I completely
and
understand.
Occasionally open spaces.
Let's go scope out the top.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go take a look, and we'll be right back.
If not, I know another way through, but
What's the other way through, just so we know all of our options?
there's another way that'll take us out of our way, maybe a block or two. I think it might be held by anarchs, though. I mean, I'm
That's
good
cool.
with them. But if you guys aren't, if they know, if we've got Nell here with us, I don't know how they're going to react.
Oh,
You look over at Nell,
Hmm.
Nell just kind of cracks her knuckles.
I mean, I'm okay going through there.
Yeah.
Sure,
Dog
let's
food?
do it. Let's do it. We don't have too much time. Let's just let's crack on. If there's a problem, there's a problem.
I'm
Dog
sure we-
food. Pro tip: if we see an anarch, just
Kill
maybe
'em.
don't talk. Just don't.
I'm quite good with people. I
I'm
went
sure
on a course.
you're wonderful at failing upwards through this. It'll be fine.
Well, but what if Nell gets upset? I mean, will you be all right now?
Nell kind of like grins and she's like, I have a little bit of a reputation. They might recognize me. I could try to play it incognitus. Or we
Dog
could try
food.
to be quiet or sneaky or whatever, if that's more your jam.
Do you want to borrow Dog Food's hoodie? Maybe put the hoodie up.
You can borrow my hoodie, and I can be a dog.
You can put on the
Try
safari
something
hat.
like that.
Would you like us my safari hat? It's quite dapper.
Rather take the hoodie if it's all the same to you.
Oh,
Okay,
I
sure.
understand.
And now,
It
dog,
is a statement.
So
now Dog Food can't talk, so that's perfect.
Dog Food's gonna give Nell her hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
And she just has like an undershirt on underneath it. And then I'm gonna turn into a dog because they
Okay.
might well know Dog Food.
Yeah. Is your hoodie a little loose on you?
Yeah.
Is it like kind of a baggy hoodie?
Yeah, I would have stolen it from someone.
Yeah. This works to your advantage since Nell is has like a bit of a taller, like slightly more built build than you. You still hear like the thread kind of growing a little bit as she like zips it up over her shoulders and she pulls the hood forward. She kind of like apprehensively folds up her denim jacket and puts it in her duffel bag.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Perfect.
This is all good. And then I'm gonna.
Yeah, we'll play it casual.
I failed
she,
my
like,
rouse check.
She kind of like tosses the bag over her shoulder, trying to be casual.
Perfect.
So I'm now a doggy, and I'm a little bit hungrier.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you transform into a dog flawlessly. Baron comes over to where Nell is standing and he's like, you walk too confident. You should. He like takes his foot and like kind of kicks the back of one of her knees and he's like, you have really good posture. Stop it. Put a bend in your, more bow-legged. Yeah, slouch a little bit. Oh my God. She walks like she's the CEO of the sewers. Okay, well, this will be great. I'm sure nothing will go wrong here.
I feel like dog food is immediately taken over by the dog centers and just wants to sniff everything in the sewer. Like, there's so many treats.
There are so
Oh,
many
God.
So many
treats.
good,
yes.
strong smells.
Good thing you
Um,
can't catch anything.
Yeah. So, oh no. Okay, it wasn't a single failure. So I was gonna say it was almost a bestial fail, but it doesn't go off. So Nell takes the instruction somewhat successfully. She walks less like a hero returning home from a deployment to Iraq, and more like someone casually strolling through the sewer.
Mhm.
But she doesn't sell it that well. She still kind of towers above the rest of your group by a good 2 or 3 inches. Like I said, she has very good posture. So she's a little bit, she naturally draws your eye. Baron tries to like get her to sort of be less noticeable, but it's difficult. And then he just kind of sighs and plop, disappears himself. And he says, I'll lead the way. And you see him like flick open like a little electric lighter. And he, leads the way. And you just see like a little floating electric light.
That's adorable.
Oh, it's like Harry Potter.
It's like a
Yeah.
fairy in the sewers.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
can finally look at him again.
Yes,
It's
your
like,
surroundings
oh.
disgust you, but he is now invisible to your naked eye.
Good.
I'm gonna follow with my my nose to the ground to try and kind of smell if there's anything weird up ahead.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a, let's see, we'll do resolve and investigation.
Okay, I don't have any investigation, but resolve's not bad. I got 2 successes.
Okay. So you smell, sure enough, the smell that is known to your nostrils is like a kindred vitae.
Okay. So we know
You
that
smell
someone's
it on
coming
the
up.
air. As you like try to track down the source of the smell, you notice like some discarded bandages in a corner where somebody maybe tended to a wound here before moving on.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go
Or
and have a
maybe a
good whiff of
brawl or
that
two.
blood to get the scent of it.
Mhm.
Is there a trail I could follow if I needed to?
No, it's so moist down here, and there's like
Mhm.
so much movement that you can't even tell how old these bandages are.
Okay. I'm gonna maybe just growl a little bit,
Hmm.
Mm.
and then I'm gonna carry on. I just want people to know that there might be kindred nearby.
What's that, Lassie? I just pat Dogfood on the head.
Dogfood like doesn't want to, but yeah. Okay. Just dog instincts taking over. Just does want to be pet.
Mm-hmm.
Baron, you hear Baron's voice, and he says, "Yeah, people kind of frequent down here. I don't know what the Anarchs get up to. Probably something out of a Michael Jackson music video, if we're being honest." And continues walking.
Okay.
I wonder which one. He has such a rich and diverse discography. It could be zombies, or it could be "You Rock My World." It's not one of his great hits, but you still need to shift
Are
units.
you barking all this?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're just going. "Bark, bark, bark, bark."
Dogfood says, "Woof."
Yeah, bad. My thoughts exactly.
Bad.
And he continues leading you on your way. As you make your way through the sewers, you notice up ahead the light goes out.
Uh-oh.
And as it does, you notice it. There's like what looks to be a group of people smoking. You see the vague light in the distance. You see a little bit of smoke coming off and bending around the corner of one of the thoroughfares that you're about to make your way through. It's on your left, and you hear the vague crackle of a fire.
Okay, I'm gonna go into
Some-
sneaky mode.
Some riffraff up ahead.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm just gonna like
They
try
might
and
be part of my.
stay into it, stay in the shadows, and see if I can get closer,
Okay.
close enough to see.
Go ahead and give me a dexterity and a stealth roll.
Oh no! I knocked my dice tower over.
You've done that a lot today.
Okay, I got 1, 2, 3 successes.
So you're very quiet. You manage to blend in the soft padding of your paws with the slight trickle of water that is kind of in the background of all of this and the reverberating of that sound against the walls. And as your little snout peeps around the corner, followed by your eyes, you do see like a group of people kind of standing, smoking, talking, around like a fire that's in a barrel. The fire is pretty low down there. So the light doesn't go off very far, but this isn't super surprising to you, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
you don't know kindred to want to warm their hands by a fire.
No. I'm gonna choose Eyes of the Beast and see if so I can see like perfectly in the darkness.
Okay.
To see if I see anything else that might be suspicious.
All right. From what you can tell, there's not anything like what exactly are you looking for when you talk about suspicious?
I want to look to see if there's anyone not in that group.
Oh,
anyone,
like
keeping
separated out from
watch
the
or,
group?
Yeah, separated out
Mhm.
or
You don't see anybody like hiding in the shadows nearby or anyone obfuscated. It's just 4 people. Kind of like I said, not even huddled around, loosely gathered around this like barrel that's emanating a really soft light.
and so it's 4 people. Any of them look like Nos?
Not to your eye, no.
Okay.
But there's no
Uh,
way to be sure, as you've known
yeah.
them to don plenty of different guises.
Sure. I'm gonna go and sort of rub my head up against Ulrika's leg and sort of
Yes. What? There are people up there? Like, are they us or human? Us?
bears a fang, yeah.
Bears a fang.
I know exactly what you're talking about when dogs
Yeah,
have like
I was like
Yeah.
one little like
hanging over the lip. Yeah.
Just pulls back her lips as far as you can. To show
Okay,
a fang.
so Dogfood's telling us that there are some kindred up ahead. So
Baron, you hear Baron's voice kind of like gently come to you from the shadows, and he's like, well, we could just walk past them.
yes, we could.
Just nonchalant, I think.
I'm okay with doing the sneaky. I mean, woof.
I can be sneaky as well.
I can I do unseen passage?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Don't have
Nell
sneaks.
kind of like looks at where the sound's coming from, and she's like, yeah, sure. And you see her kind of like put her feet into the channel, because you guys are like up on this walkway and there's like a channel underneath you. She like kind of hops down in there. The sludge comes about 3 inches up her waterproof boots, but
Ugh.
her boots come up to almost like mid-calf, so she doesn't mind.
Thankfully, my boots are knee high.
Do you get into the channel as well?
I mean, I guess if we have to.
Yeah. So yeah, because where the other kindred are located is kind of like on the same walkway you are,
Yeah.
except around the corner. And so you get the vibe that her plan is to kind of break line of sight by being down below and being very, very quiet.
That makes sense.
I might try and sneak past without going into the channel because I
Okay.
don't want to be stinky when we get there. I think will be might be bad for us.
Okay. So
I don't want to. I guess I have to get in there. Well, yeah, I guess I have to get in there.
If I'm in the sludge, I mean,
Well, I mean, fine, get in there. But I have combat boots on, so those aren't waterproof. I'm trying to think if Ulrika would want to take those off and roll up her pants or something, but that would be gross. But I'm a vampire, so who cares?
You
I'm like,
definitely
I'm a,
should, but I agree it's
Ugh.
super gross.
it's
you
gross. I'm just
should, 'cause you're gonna need
saying,
to be able to
like,
put them back on again.
right. But
That's
I
gonna take more than a shoe scraper. Like,
I don't know what Ulrika would do. Because it'll be gross when I get to the end, right? Like I'll just have a
Yeah.
shoe full of shit water, which is gross.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll have to take my shoes off. I don't know, but then I have to carry them. That's awkward. No, fuck it. I'll just get in with my shoes on.
you're gonna ruin those.
You
Those
could always
boots are
carry them
fucked
above
now.
your head.
Yeah, just carry them,
Mhm.
just like in one hand.
All right, I'll take them off then. Roll up my pants. This is gross.
Yeah. Nell kind of like marks what you're doing, and she's like, "You got to get those Danner boots. They're waterproof with reinforced toes."
Thanks. I'll do that when this is over.
And you just like see her kind of like look at your boots, and she's like, "I've never understood the purpose of non-functional combat boots. If you think about it, they're not made for
They look cool.
combat." You're right. They do look very cool.
Okay, let's go. Let's not talk about this anymore.
They do look
As you
cool.
stand barefoot
And shit water.
in gray water.
Today's not going great for you.
No.
All right. Let's get some stealth rolls out of the way. Everyone roll your dexterity and your stealth.
Wait, where's oh I got no stealth. I better not get caught after stepping in this water.
I got 2 successes. I'm gonna
Okay.
burn a willpower.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have a crit,
Mm-hmm.
but one of the crits is on a blood die, or one of the zeros, or the I have bloody crit.
Got a bloody crit.
That's
got-
what. Yeah.
I got 3
Okay.
successes.
Perfect.
I got
You
3 as well.
Okay.
I failed.
Are you invisible?
But I thought you were
You're invisible.
Oh yeah, I'm invisible. You're right. Sorry.
Yeah. So you
I
just have
got-
to do a rouse check for your unseen passage.
Okay.
No.
I'm trying to think. So yeah, because the skull is the one that's like
Bad.
the-
This
the
just means
critical
I
visceral
succeeded.
fail.
I succeeded.
It's
Yeah.
too hard. Yeah.
Too hard.
Succeeded too hard. Oh my gosh, what would that even look like?
walk
I
into
just
a
submerged
wall?
my whole body. I just
A
submerged my whole
bestial
body
crit.
into it.
Yeah, on a stealth roll. Let me think here.
I just submerged my whole body under the water.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
You just get covered in that gray water.
You go in full
God.
commando mode and
You come
just
out with a
like
fish.
I'll just come out with like Rambo, and I'll take some of the sludges right on my face.
No.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
That's
though.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I put that idea in your head. Go ahead.
So what? I'm sorry, that's just like making me laugh. It's actually it's things seem to be going well. You kind of like are sneaking. You're all successfully sneaking your way past. Because everyone. Wait, how many successes did you get, Holly?
3.
I got 3.
Oh, 3. Perfect. Yeah. So you all successfully make it by. Dogfood, as you're walking, you notice like one of the kindred kind of like cocks an eyebrow as the party in the channel below you starts to move past, like they've heard something. And as they look over, like cigarette in hand, that's when it happens. Almost like a sixth sense kicks in, Ulrika, and you feel like, like you feel like a presence come upon you, almost like something bad is about to happen. As you see, like everything pauses for a moment as you like kind of, or as this kindred looks over and is like maybe they've heard something. And at that moment it happens, you conjure a swarm of rats.
Me?
Yes.
What? What?
You conjure a full rat
Oh.
swarm.
Oh, was that my bestial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did I do that?
It's in there somewhere. It's in the blood.
Yes, it is somewhere in your blood.
Okay,
Ah!
my bad.
And you just see all of the kindred, like the barrel gets pushed over, spreading like, ash and sparks everywhere, causing like the four kindred to kind of like just by sheer impulse, like fly back a little bit. And in the commotion, you all pass completely unmolested by these four kindred.
You're
But
welcome.
also shit gets kicked everywhere as this like rat swarm comes through the channel, splattering.
I'm like trying not.
And now
Who goes? She goes, woof.
I'm just like so upset. I'm like,
Sorry, guys. Got a little
um,
rat problem.
and just as quickly as it all happened, it all ends, and the four kindred are far behind you. And bloop, out appears Baron, and he says, I was quick thinking. I think maybe
Totally
one of
meant
them
that.
maybe heard something.
That was totally on purpose.
I didn't know you were a Pied Piper. It's wild.
Yeah, it's totally wild.
I like can't talk. I'm like covered in sludge. Like I was like shaking. Like
I'm easily the best smelling member of the coterie now. I didn't go in shit.
Oh, I guess I didn't really think of that.
I don't know if I got wet at all, but if I did, I'm gonna shake real hard while standing next to someone because that's just what dogs do. That's the natural.
That's true,
instinct,
they
is to
do.
find someone
please do not.
to stand
We're-
next to. And
we will-
shake.
Push you into the pit.
Please do not. Do not.
So we're out of the sludge now.
Yeah. And you're back on the sort of like walkway that you were on previously.
I just
And-
take my hat off. And just throw it on the ground.
Aw.
Covered
gonna
in
pick-
sludge.
I'm gonna pick it up with my teeth and just bring it
Okay.
along. 'cause
Well,
I
you
think
can
you're
put
gonna
it on.
think you're gonna change your mind about
will not.
this hat tonight.
Baron says to you all, probably not the most clever way to get through. I mean, effective, but we should probably move.
Hmm.
I think some kindred know that trick exists. Although I'm very impressed if you can pull it off.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was I'm pretty amazing. She's totally making it like she meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
Dogfood thinks that it was Dogfood that did that
Okay.
and is feeling really good. She's just like, yeah. Didn't even have to try it. Barely even knew that I was putting an effort in. I'm getting so good at that rat trick. Great stuff.
Woof. There is no clean water down here at all, is there?
No.
You know, this
Okay.
is all the shit water.
How much farther do we have, Baron?
We pop up right over there. He points out like a ladder to you.
What's outside that immediately, like the immediate surroundings?
Right up there. I think it's like a fountain.
Sweet. I'm gonna go wash my feet off.
Yes, I would just like to go get a whole new body if possible. Maybe burn it off.
That would be tragic.
Dogfood's gonna just jump in the fountain and
Mhm.
start gamballing.
As you all walk up through the manhole cover,
Mhm.
and you start cleaning yourselves off in the fountain, you notice that the last person to come up the ladder is Baron.
Hmm.
But it's almost unsettling at first because it's not Baron. It is the professor, Professor McTavish. Like for all intents and purposes, his face, his mannerisms, his kind of stooping walk, the way he talks has been perfected to a T.
Dogfood reflexively growls a little bit when she sees McTavish.
Unsettling.
Impressive.
And you talk about philosophy.
God damn it.
He like, and you notice now it's the first time you've seen Baron laugh. And he
Mhm.
says, no, unfortunately, I don't quite have that part down. But the rest of it, yeah, should be passable. I didn't have that much time to spend with the good professor, but I think enough to maybe fool some of his students.
I think we got
Well,
it.
You have the rest of the coterie fooled, so.
Yes, well, now we have to go talk to people, and I'm now soaking and still covered in shit.
Yeah, that'll be something we should probably deal with. Nell, too. And you notice, like, Nell does not look amused. She, like, chucks the hoodie back behind her into the sewer and covers the manhole cover.
Woof.
You weren't going to save that. It was covered in shit water.
It is. What was
That's
it?
bad
Is.
even for you.
And internally, Dogfood just says, "You're covered in shit water."
Okay. Are there any boutiques around here anywhere that like I could sneak into and get some new clothes?
When you look around, you do notice the campus store. They'll
Great.
probably have some hoodies and things like that in there.
Ugh.
Maybe pajama pants,
Oh my
Ulrika is not amused. by this.
campus merchandise.
Some
What-
Uggs.
What's the color? What's the school colors?
Purple and gold.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh, Charlotte's totally getting like a full sweatsuit on because that's
No.
very 90s.
What's
You
the
go in.
gothest thing in there?
The gothest thing in here is probably
Yes.
a black hoodie with a W on it.
All right, I'll get that. Do they have leggings?
Yes, they do have leggings.
I'll take a pair of those, I guess.
Some of them say things on the butt. Is that
No.
okay?
Like what?
Like
Huskies or whatever.
yeah.
I don't want my husky written on my butt. That's like,
Zob, that's what it says.
like you got a husky butt. Like, I'd prefer no writing on the. Grab those.
Okay.
Get these bright purple
I'm
sweats.
still playing in the fountain.
You're still playing in the fountain.
Still
Are
playing
you
in the-
gonna
guess-
remain a dog?
I've forgotten that I'm a vampire.
Oh my
Okay.
god. I guess I too will put on some sweats.
And you're this
they
is
have
probably going to give you a negative to your dice pools. Because this is so aesthetically unappealing to you.
God damn it. Well, I don't smell like shit, so I guess that's better than nothing.
That is true. That is true.
Mhm.
You go into the changing rooms, change into your new clothes.
We look like a dance team.
You do. Charlotte's in full purple sweats. Ulrika is in a black hoodie and tights. This one does not have anything written on the butt, but down the side of the leg it says class of 20 with a apostrophe next to it.
Gross.
What are you wearing again, Elizabeth?
I don't know. College stores like sometimes have like a gift area for like moms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like I'm wearing like a shirt that just says like UW mom
Yeah.
in like that wine font.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Live life, love, or live,
Yeah,
laugh, love.
Yeah. With like a visor. Like a visor that says it. And then like
Yeah.
just some
Go
of the-
dogs.
Yeah, go dogs, just with some of the same leggings like Ulrika's wearing.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm just like, go dogs.
As you exit the dressing rooms.
Does-
Yeah.
Do they have any pet wear?
Yeah, they would probably have like collars, bandanas, bowls, dog
Aw.
bowls, things like that.
I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna run into the store, shake,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna start nuzzling a bandana and looking over at Elizabeth.
Fine. I'll get the bandana.
Mm-hmm. You pick up the bandana that says, I'm a big dog or something like that on it with
I'm
a
a
W.
dog.
And you go to check out.
I'm a husky dog.
The college student working there like offers you a plastic bag for your filthy clothes. And she's
Thank
just
you.
Like,
A
so
sewer
are you guys
pipe.
doing the TikTok challenge?
Word.
What?
This is not the question to ask Elizabeth. So she just says, I don't know what that means, but a sewer pipe broke.
Oh, Oh gosh, that sucks.
Yes, it does.
Well, here you go. And
Yes,
she
you
just
have.
hands you like a big plastic bag.
Yes, good luck with your TikToks.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck with wine.
Wine. The correct answer.
Yeah. I imagine, like, you know, as you walk past, you see the telltale pink W like sweatshirt that you feel like you've seen on another kindred before.
What did Nell wear?
You notice Nell is back in her denim jacket, and she's like combing through her bag, her duffel bag, looking for, like, you know, something to help her clean off some of the muck on her boots.
Okay.
There's like little flecks of shit water on her jeans, but you know, not
She's
as much
okay
as
with it.
like she's not covered in it. Yeah.
Thankfully, I very cleverly disguised everyone's slight smell of shit water with the very powerful and strong smell of wet dog.
Oh, thank you.
Actually,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
The wet dog hair smell is overwhelming now.
Great. Yeah.
However, just for the podcast, I'm tapping my head to
Yeah.
indicate that I've been very clever. And everyone
Mhm.
agrees as well. They're all also doing it.
Yeah, the smell of wet dog is overpowering.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things that, like, you know, dog food's fur is so thoroughly wetted that there's still a vague smell of sewer about him somehow, or about her somehow. You know, she has managed to pick up some of the smells, but it's overwhelmed by the smell of just wet fur. And at this point, she's shaken so many times, especially after getting into the fountain, that a lot of you are speckled with dog hair and that lovely
I'm also
smell.
back in the fountain.
Yeah.
Dog
As
food, you're the
you are, like,
worst.
splashing in the fountain, you know, a security guard comes by and yells at Nell and is like, you know, get your dog out of the fountain. And you just, like, you don't see her back is turned to you as you're coming out of the gift shop. You don't see what she does. You just see him running towards the parking lot. I need. And she turns around, like, after, like, you know, sitting in the fountain with her boots in the water. You know, she kicks them together a few times, stands up, and she's like, all right, let's do this.
Cool.
We look like college students. Well, you look like college students.
Go dogs.
Woof.
Perfect. She looks over at the professor, and Baron says to her, maybe you might want to sit this one out now. How about you stay posted outside of the club room? And if we need anything, we'll let you know.
Woof.
And she's like, I do stick out a little bit. All right, I'll be around. And Baron says, shall we, students?
Woof.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes. Let's go.
I'm ready.
He takes the lead and kind of walks very smartly. You notice, like, he is walking, like, towards the building with a lot of confidence. Like, he knows exactly which one it is. He does occasionally, like, kind of look over towards one of you and is like, building B, classroom 16, right?
Yeah.
Woof.
Is it? Yeah.
Perfect. And continues walking. And he says, you know, you see him, like, kind of reach into, like, his pocket and pull out, like, a pen and a small notebook, almost like a nervous tick. And he clicks the pen a few times and walks snappily towards, you know, an old brick building. He opens the front door, holds it open for you all to go in front of him, you know, watches it close behind him, and then walks towards the classroom. Takes a deep breath and opens the door and says, you'll have to excuse me for being late. I saw that some of our members had car issues outside, so I decided to stop to give them a ride. And he, like, kind of walks in and, you know, faces, like, a classroom of people. And you are now in the first meeting you've ever attended of the Better Humans, the University of Washington.
Dogfood is gonna just go by and firstly she's gonna go into the middle of the room and shake,
Mm-hmm.
and then is gonna go and start, like, acting as though she wants pets from everyone.
Mm-hmm. You see some people kind of reach down and pet you, like, "Oh, is this your dog, Professor? Didn't know you had one." And he's like, "No, no, not mine. It's," and he like gestures vaguely in your direction.
Oh yes,
What?
that's our mascot. Mrs. Poops a lot.
When you say Dogfood's new name, he looks at you and runs up to you and sits.
What an excellent pup you are.
Yeah.
Oh no.
She runs in circles a few times and then falls asleep.
Yes, I'm vetting the university here with my nieces. So we're just going to have a seat. Aren't you, Mrs. Poops a lot, Miss?
Yeah, I sit.
Thank you.
The professor nods and closes the classroom door, and he says, "Well, I'm just the advisor, so I will sit and let the club leadership take control here." And, the club president gets up, goes to the front of the classroom, and starts saying, "We're already on to our second order of business. So if everyone could just look at bullet point 2 on your agenda." And he starts droning on and on and on about various things. You glean from their conversations that the Better Humans group of the University of Washington is a very humanist group that kind of debates amongst itself about things that you don't really think require debating. They talk about very vague topics about whether the means justify the ends, about how to, a lot of tone policing is what you gain from glean from a lot of it. Vague talks about how, when considering how to respond to someone, whether their intent matters or not when someone speaks out of ignorance, things like this. And they talk for a moment, and then they move on to their more humanitarian endeavors. They talk about various projects they want to undertake around the college. One girl stands up and says, "Quite frankly, the sight of discarded cigarette butts on the sidewalk is a bad impression for people whose first time it is coming to the university grounds. I think we should take it upon ourselves to introduce some type of receptacle for students to discard their cigarette butts in." A placard shoots up. Objection: the campus has a strict no smoking policy. Therefore, enforcing any type or building any type of cigarette butt receptacle would be sending the wrong message, because we don't want any smoking on campus. Another hand shoots up. Well, that's ludicrous, because no one's going to be able to go out there and prevent people from smoking. It's a sidewalk. It's public property. Debate ensues about whether or not the sidewalk is indeed public property for about 15 to 20 minutes.
Ulrika is just like laying on the back of her chair, like, oh my God.
Elizabeth is like, "Yes, I agree. The sidewalk should look better. How can we get people to stop smoking?" And she just starts going, "Threaten them."
And Dogfood goes, "Hurr."
Your opinions are very popular. A lot of people, seem to feel like your idea, you know how to get things done. Once in a while, you hear Baron McTavish, I guess now. He's got this weird, it's Baron, but he looks like Professor McTavish, speaks up and ushers the conversation along. And he's like, "Well, looks like we've run out of overtime on topic 3. So, let's go ahead and table that till next week and move on to topic 4. And as he ushers the conversation along, he comes and sits next to the 3 of you, and I guess you as well, Dogfood. And he says, what do we do now?"
We're not really talking about anything we give a shit about.
Yeah.
I want to look at the
I care
agenda
about the
and see if
sidewalks.
one of the points is kill all vampires.
Yes, maybe. Oh, we're in a classroom. Let Charlotte you talk. That's your thing.
I was gonna ask if we can look if we are sitting close enough to people where we can look over someone's shoulder.
At the agenda?
Yeah.
As you look over someone's shoulder, the girl in front of you says, "Oh, do you need a copy? I can share with my neighbor." And she hands it back to you.
Oh, thank you so much.
And you do notice that, there's 5 topics on the agenda, and then it's got like a full, like 6:00 meet, or 6:00 start time, 6:30 attendance call, 6:45 last week's business, 7:00 approve last week's meetings, 7:15, and then there's like, general discussion with 5 topics on it. 8:00 call meeting to close, 8:30 officers meeting.
Officers meeting.
I feel like the good stuff is going to be in the officers meeting.
Yeah.
But are we officers?
No. We're new.
Has got to be, right?
And Baron like looks at yeah. Baron kind of like looks at, Charlotte, and he says, please don't leave me here alone.
Oh, we're
You
not.
hear like Baron's voice for like a split second when he does it.
We will be doing no such thing, even if we're sitting here in unseen passage, trying to blend in.
Dogfood's going to go up when he says that and sit next to him and sit up very straight.
Mm-hmm.
In
He gives you a reassuring pat on the head with his cold, dead hand.
I'll take it. Any pets.
Yeah, it's like a wet fish touching your head, but it's kind of comforting in its own way.
I'm having the best time for this episode. Just doing dog stuff, getting pet.
Once we get to the officers meeting, I'm going to say this to the bear. I can always act like a concerned, elder, and say I'd like to see how the officers conduct themselves.
Yeah. So, all of the business is discussed, all mind-numbingly boring 5 points of it. There's discussion on who's going to bring snacks for next week.
Important.
Dogfood has at this point rolled over fully onto her back and is snoring.
I like Dogfood like this.
Sort of like a passive-aggressive speech about the person who brings the snacks is also required to bring napkins and cups.
Oh dear.
And since last time that did not happen, that this time they need to ensure not naming names,
drama,
not naming out anyone in particular, but just a very gentle reminder that if you are volunteering to bring snacks, you also have to bring napkins and cups and things like that. Not naming anyone particular, because in the past we've had issues where people don't do that. And what good is a gallon of fruit punch if we don't have a way to dispense that? So not naming names, Darren. Not naming names. But just in the future, if you volunteer for that, the required utensils for the consumption of said snack, it is required to make sure.
I have to roll to like not frenzy right now. So irritated having to listen to all this.
And Elizabeth is just like, yes, that's very important. I understand.
Yeah. So then, the meeting draws to a close. Majority of the people kind of stand up, start picking up their belongings and meander out. And you see about 4 people remain, including the president who was speaking earlier, the vice president, the treasurer, and the secretary, the executive assistant who's in charge of keeping meeting notes. And the 4 of them sort of remain behind. They kind of like look over at everybody as they're like kind of getting up and leaving. And, her eye falls, the vice president's eye falls on you, Elizabeth. Oh, are you staying behind?
Yes, these are my nieces. I'm here vetting the university, and I'm just here to inspect the conduct of the officers of this meeting.
Well, the officer meeting is supposed to be private. It's kind of just for members of the cabinet.
Oh, well, don't mind us. Don't mind us. We'll be out of your hair in no time. We just want to listen to see how things are taken care of here, and I'll use manipulation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you try to lean on being a mom, or do you try to lean on the sense of belonging?
Yes. It's leaning on being a really annoying, mom who will not leave
Okay, perfect.
because no one
So-
wants to deal with that.
Go ahead and give me a manipulation and a let's see, like a subterfuge.
Okay. Yeah, no one wants to deal with that. 4 successes.
Mhm.
4 successes.
Perfect. They like kind of nod and then they look over at the professor and the professor's like, "Ah, yes, I have a concerned teacher here, or sorry, I had a teacher concern here. Well, as a teacher, and you notice he like doesn't have your sort of silky voice. And
That's
he
fine.
says, he kind of pauses and he says, Mrs. Wonder here is just accompanying me, shadowing me, since there were some concerns with some of the other faculty. And I'm sure it won't be a problem that she's here.
Yes, don't even mind me. I understand. I understand how it is to be a humanist and maybe also a LARPer.
The vice president like kind of adjusts her glasses a little bit and she's like, "Oh, that's interesting. Normally you don't sit in on our officer meetings, Professor." And
Well, I've requested his presence.
I see, she says, and she's like, "Very well, you're welcome. And your daughters will be staying?"
My nieces, yes.
Nieces. Her eyes kind of fall on Dr. Charlotte.
Oh, I would have liked to have like kind of like tried to sneak out and then come back
okay.
in.
Yeah.
with unseen passage, just kind of like.
So let's say you
yeah.
left with everyone. So just your niece then, Ulrika. Perfect.
Oh no, and Mrs. Poops a lot.
Mrs. Poops.
That's my other niece.
Your
I
other
just have
niece.
to say out of character, that
Mhm.
word is like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Poops a lot?
The P word. Just the beginning part.
I'm
Was just
sorry.
like, I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. It's fun. It's not like I'm gonna kill anyone about it. It's just like in real life. For some reason, that word, I don't know what it is.
It's like moist for a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. Like words.
Gosh,
I'm just gonna say-
children's humor is probably awful
Yes.
for you then.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
If I had
wasn't more
kids, I would
clever.
just say shit or crap around.
Well, then it's
Our
Mrs.
number
and then
2.
we're changing the name to Mrs. Shits-a-Lot, niece Ulrika. Mrs. Shits-a-Lot is a fine name and much
No, you
more
can
clever.
you can say the other one. I
No,
just
no.
can't say it. Like,
We've
I
changed
technically
your
can't
name.
s-
We've changed your name. It bothers you, niece Ulrika. It's fine.
Yes. Yes.
In character conversation we just had.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
It just
Mrs.
makes
Shits-a-Lot
Elizabeth
just-
look like more difficult of a mom.
Yeah.
Mrs. Shits-a-Lot just kicks her back like in sleep a few times. Just and goes, "Rawr." She's something.
See, that's more dignified anyway.
We'll just need a rouse check from you on the unseen passage.
Yes. I succeed.
Perfect. The VP nods and she's like, "Of course, why not?" She walks over to the door, she closes it, she pulls out a leather folio and pulls out some papers. She's like, "I hereby call to meet," and you hear the president kind of cut in. He's like, "I think that's my job." And she like looks at him and smiles and she's like, "Of course," and like sits back down. And the president's like, "I hereby call to meet the, what is this, 48th officers official meeting, time of like commencement 8:30 p.m. the 14th of," and just kind of like starts the meeting off like anybody would. He's like, "I hereby call us to order." And he smacks his gavel on the table. And you hear the treasurer pop up and he says, "Our operations in the financial department seem to be going pretty well. We're running under budget. Our last 3 charity projects went successfully." At this, the secretary scoffs as she's still taking meeting minutes. and she says, the Lot 14 renovation project actually went very poorly. Our losses were substantial. And then you hear, the vice president pipe up, and she says, Lot 14 was a success in more ways than one, although we did run a little over budget.
Am I getting a sense that this is all code?
Give me a intelligence and streetwise roll.
All right.
Or I guess actually for you, it could be finance
Ooh.
or business speak, you know?
Yeah. I'm good at that. Okay.
I feel like Lot 14 was them blowing me up.
Ooh, wow. 5 successes.
5 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is mumbo jumbo. They're talking in circles with each other. They're using extra flowery language, and none of them seem to be getting to the point. Lot 14, from your understanding, like that doesn't like talking about the beautification of Lot, but then talking about how there's been considerable losses. Like, as someone who sat in on board meetings like this, and your ear is trained to understand the jargon, none of this is making sense.
Okay.
It's kind of like when you go to a leadership meeting and they talk a lot about synergy. There's just a lot of buzzwords happening right now.
Mhm.
Cooperation, synergy for the betterment of.
As per my last email.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'll whisper to Ulrika. They're talking in circles because we're here.
Maybe we whisper. Maybe we should go and let Charlotte do her thing. She can listen.
I think so.
All right.
Well, this has been lovely. Thank you for having us. It seems like you're excellent at being businessy, and I know that my niece will have a great time at this university. She might even join your club. What do you think, Jab?
I think it's a huge bore. And I leave.
Oh, you're just so goth. All right, goodbye. We'll look you up on the Google later.
Dogfood is gonna quietly try and not be noticed, but she's gonna stay and continue to be asleep.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, we'll just wait outside the door.
Yeah.
All right.
Hidden, like silently.
Baron kind of looks at you and like tries to suss out whether you want him to leave with you or not.
I kind of nod at him like, let's come
Okay.
with us. But we're gonna when we get outside, like we'll stay. But we're said like I'll kind of also nod towards Dogfood, like Dogfood's gonna stay.
Okay. He walks, behind you all, and he says, I will go ahead and continue giving these lovely ladies, and he like kind of lays it on thick.
Oh,
lovely
thank you.
ladies, a tour of the rest of the campus. Thank you for letting us sit for a little while and being so transparent about your governing process. And the vice president looks at him very snippily, and she says, thank you for taking an interest. And he says, of course, and like kind of leads you out. And closes the door behind him. And he's like, I don't know if that went well.
That was fine.
You
did excellent.
No one died.
As the door shuts, Dogfood, give me a dexterity and stealth roll.
You're muted.
Sorry, I was muted because my real life dog was going out.
It's okay.
Dog noises. I think I'm too hungry, so. I actually got 4 successes. I got a hungry crit on that stealth roll.
What? Another one?
Whoops.
So, oh God, what is with the hungry stealth or the crit?
Suddenly
stealth?
rats. No, I'm just
I know, right?
Oh no, not again! Our clothes get ruined again.
Yeah. That would be terrible. That would be terrible. As you kind of like, I don't know, you crawl underneath one of the desks in front of you, and you this is so weird.
This is a really rough mechanic.
I know. I never want to like punish the player for like something like that. Let me think here. Let me think how I want to play it. You know what? This is a perfect place for us to take a break because we're on time anyway. No, give me a chance to think about how I want to play it.
Yeah.